The loss of biodiversity, the biggest culprit is us human beings. Human beings, we have already caused 97% of the loss of biodiversity.
Is the protection of nature and its biodiversity compatible with our lifestyles and economic policies?
Sadly and unfortunately, as of now, we are not yet there. One of the transformative change which has to happen is really us human beings to change our relationship with biodiversity and nature. Because the loss of biodiversity, the biggest culprit is us human beings. Human beings, we have already caused 97% of the loss of biodiversity. Put that all together. So, and that's why actions has to happen with us from individual level up, and it's not looking at the government or looking at others. We begin to look at ourselves. We really need to move from unsustainable production to sustainable one, unsustainable consumption to sustainable consumption. We need also to reduce the intensive agricultural production. I'm saying intensive because the more land we lose, it means the more forest we lose, because then we'll begin cutting forests to create space for agriculture, and when we do so, we get into closer to the animal kingdom in the forest. This is where we ended up with pathogen viruses transmitting from animals to human, and as a result of travel, tourism moved from person to person, and for over 2 years, the whole world was almost shut down. I don't think there's a better lesson or reminder. When we go to the supermarket, I want to see a glittering tomato. I want to see a glittering orange. I want to see the tomato which are all the same size. It doesn't mean the small one is bad, but we want to please first our eyes before our taste, and that results into millions of tons of wastage of food. And yet, even during this COVID, we are talking per year over 800 million people were starving. So we can all reduce that by going back to what am I consuming? What am I doing with myself?
As the Executive Secretary of the Convention on Biological Diversity, and as an individual, what are your expectations from COP15?
For me, I hope and pray that at the end of COP, an actionable, realistic, ambitious, transformative, innovative, post-2020 global biodiversity framework will be adopted. But that will be one. Adoption will just have a document. I look forward then beyond the adoption of the framework to really ensure that there will be also on the table means of implementation of the framework. So implementation will be key, and implementation takes place at national level, and we hope at that national level it will be implementation of whole of government, whole of society approach in an integrated fashion, which incorporate and mainstream all the planetary crises. So it's not just biodiversity, it is climate change, it is land degradation, it is desertification, it is chemical pollution. All these issues are integrated. So we cannot deal with one without the other. And when we talk of means of implementation, it's finance, it's technology transfer, it is capacity building, it is reviewing, monitoring, mechanism to measure progress as we go along. So all these come together. It is also a buy-in of all stakeholders, be it the youth, the women, business, financial institutions, indigenous peoples, local communities, everybody. That's where whole of society approach comes in. So that's what I expect to see.